Today we have the Ford Bronco Raptor. Now I thought it was nice enough that Ford resurrected the Bronco, and they certainly didn't have to do this Raptor, but I'm really glad they did. Not only is it more powerful, it's taller, it's wider, it's got bigger tires and a better suspension, and this thing is really cool. Today we're going to take a full detailed look at the exterior, the interior, talk about the Raptor specs, get it out on the road for a test drive. Let's get started. All right, y'all, let's take a look at the exterior details of this Bronco. So this Bronco Raptor is extra beefy, extra wide. It's got bigger tires, wider fenders, and it just looks awesome. So starting right up front, you're gonna get this very familiar Raptor styled grille, this gray with big Ford letters across. We've got the orange lights, even some marker lights on here, just like we've seen on the F-150. You're gonna get LED headlights, turn signals, LED rigid industry fog lights. So you got those top end fog lights. We've got these recovery hooks here and this heavy duty front bumper. So this is all metal. Everything is solid. And then you can see you've got what Ford calls a bash plate, and you've got steel plates running all the way underneath the bottom of this Bronco. Another thing is we have the optional graphics package. So you've got some up here on the hood. We even have this right here. So these are pretty cool. These are tie down points where you can put limb risers to keep it from bashing your windshield. It's also a reference point when you're on the trail, so you know exactly where your front end is. There's more graphics packages, more of the graphics package right there. And this is the Velocity Blue paint. And with that, take a look at this. We've got 37-inch tires. We got 17-inch beadlock wheels. So those are actual beadlock wheels to make sure you can air down safely and make sure that tire doesn't come off the wheel. On the bottom, you've got a combination of a step and rock rail, and those are removable, so you can take that off. You've got these massive fenders here, and dimensionally, it's 191 inches long with 13.1 inches of ground clearance. That's phenomenal. You can tell this thing sits up high. Plus, the Bronco Raptor is extra special because it gets the Haas suspension with Fox live valve dampers, a disconnecting front stabilizer bar, and the front and rear differentials can both be locked. And moving to the back, we're gonna get LED taillights back here as well. You've got a full-size spare tire, and it's actually a swing door back here. Now coming to the back, look at this full-size spare. At least you get that. It's easy to access right on the back. You've got recovery hooks down here. You even got a little exhaust under that bumper, your receiver, so you're good to go. We've got a swing door. It is still a smart door to where you can lock it by pushing on that. So the door swings out on its own that way, independently from the glass. The door has to be open for the glass to come up though. I wish we could get into the glass without having to open the door, but you've got about 33 cubic feet back here. Things are a little bit different in the regular Broncos, but look at this, just wide, boxy, flat, easy to accommodate a lot of different things. Obviously things are a little bit different. You've got the frame right here. Check this out, even says Ford Performance up above on there. We've got a 12-volt power outlet in the back, which is great, and some LED lights. Underneath of here, we've got some tie downs, as you can see. And let's go ahead and lift this up. Got an extra little storage area and a jack right here. One thing I wish that we maybe had built in was a little air compressor, but you can carry that with you. To fold the seats down, just like you do with the reclining back, you pull this lever, boom, it's going to come down, and it kind of sinks down into the floor, so it gives you a little bit more height for storage. You've got about 73 cubic feet now. It's not totally flush, but still you can fit a lot in here. Now, of course, one of the biggest appeals to getting a Bronco is the lifestyle factor of it. Just like the Wrangler, and like I showed you before with the other Broncos, you can get different roofs, soft, hard top. You can take the roof panels off. You can take these doors off. There's a kit inside. There's even a bag to put the roof panels in, so you don't have to just leave them laying out on the ground or in your garage or whatever. You can keep them with you and cover up when you need to. The only thing is that this windshield does not fold down, but you can go completely naked in this Bronco otherwise. And it's actually really quick. So you've got one roof panel on the driver's side, one on the passenger side, and then this in the back right here. And watch this. So there's just 4 different levers here. And then boom, it's off. I mean, that didn't take long at all, and it's lightweight, and you can even get an option to get a sound deadening headliner in here if you want. Now, this Bronco Raptor is still going to give us the smart key. You've got remote start on here as well. Typical key fob from Ford where the Raptor logo is on the back. It's a big bulky key fob, but it works. You've got sensors in the back to unlock it. You can press right there to lock it. And you even have this, the keyless entry, as an option. I really appreciate this from Ford. Then keep in mind as we hop inside here that we have some different options in here. So this is a little bit nicer than what you'll typically see in the Raptor, hence the price. Take a look at this code orange seat belt as well. You've got the Raptor logo on there. And one thing I love is these headrests can adjust forward and backwards just like that. So you can actually adjust it. Thank you so much, Ford, unlike other brands where they're just a pain in the neck. Literally. But look, you've got some ultra suede and some leather, some perforations. Even though we don't have ventilated seats, I feel like if you're getting dirty, these perforations, or if you're wearing some rougher clothes, these are not going to last or look good for very long. But it's just my opinion, and you don't have to get those. Then you've got two-way lumbar support and your typical adjustments. The steering wheel is power tilt and telescoping as well. It's also leather wrapped and heated, and these are heated seats. Comfort-wise, these are comfortable. I've driven this for quite a while. I think my trip computer says about 6 hours this week, and it's been comfortable the whole time. Climbing into the back, I'll show you more about the front doors, but these doors can be taken off. So you just have a little thing right here. There's no window switches or electronics in the door because they are in the middle, but you've got a good grab handle right here. We've got the same kind of seats, same setup as you get up front. These headrests can fold down as well. And check it out, this is built for utility. So you've got areas you can anchor things down, you've got hooks, you can get straps. We've got a net right here, so you can actually use this back seat to be practical with different things. Right in the middle, you're gonna find your window switches. We also have two USB ports and a 120 volt plug right there. I used that to charge my computer when I was out working, and it was awesome to have. In the middle, center console with cup holders. The back roof panel can come off too. It's not two separate ones, it's just one big roof panel, and you still have the same kind of clips that you have with the front ones. Now this seat can recline a little bit, not a lot, so something to keep in mind. And legroom right here, this is actually pretty good. I mean, considering everything. These aren't meant to be family haulers, passenger haulers, but decent legroom overall. Not gonna complain about that. I'm 5'9", by the way, and this is where I like to have the seat, and I'm comfortable. The only thing I'd like to see is this bottom area to be able to maybe fold up or something, but it does fold down pretty flat, as you could see with the cargo area, so, you know, give and take. All right, y'all, let's take a look at the interior. So from this Bronco, things are gonna look very similar, as you'll see with this Raptor versus the other models. And we have the carbon fiber interior pack actually, so on the steering wheel you can see a little bit of that trim on there. But over here at the door, you got a very simple door because they're meant to come off, but you still get a little storage band right there. You got some bolts on there as well. Plus you've got a semi-soft material up above and a padded armrest, so you're still comfortable with that. Getting in, there's no grab handle up there, but there is one right here, kind of integrated in this. This actually feels pretty nice. Coming over, leather wrapped steering wheel, which is heated as well, so something to keep in mind. The steering wheel controls are kind of weird though. These actually have like a soft material on them, so I'm honestly worried that it's possible that these can wear off and you can't see your buttons and controls at all. But one really cool feature is on the left side of the steering wheel, you've got your steering wheel and your R, so you can actually adjust things like that with your suspension, your exhaust over here, so you can make adjustments on the fly with all of those things, like your suspension, the way your sound for your exhaust is, the steering input, things like that. Just like the other one, the other Broncos, light controls are all over here, including your mirror lights. You've got your fog lights and interior brightness. Push button start is right here. Go ahead and start it up. We get a digital display all across right here. So check this out. You've got quite a bit of information on here. You've got, I mean, everything here is digital, and you've got different information you can have on here. You can customize your own view. You've got trip computer, Raptor specific information menu on there, so you can check all of this stuff out. It's pretty detailed. There's a lot of different things that you can see, which is cool, even your navigation and other things like that, and some customization here too. Up above, there's no storage bin or anything like that, but this is not a 12-volt power outlet. It's actually 2 USB ports right there. So you can plug in, you know, something if you want to mount a camera, all of that. You can do that and still have it charging. Now, another quick thing right up overhead is that we've got 6 different auxiliary switches. So a lot of different things you can add on here and customize. And taking off the panels, you've got 4 of these. You've got this one over here, and then right up in the middle. So that's for each panel, and you can see the gap. That's to get those off, and it's very quick and very easy, as you saw. A couple more things, more switches. So you've got a disconnecting sway bar, so you can have some serious wheel articulation with that. Front locker, rear locker. This one, if you want to make a sharp turn, this can help you with some tight turning radius and traction control right there. I love how those are front and center to go off-road. Now down here, we actually get a 12-inch screen on this Raptor. So this is a nice screen. You've got wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto on here. You can even collapse it to where you can have more visible information there, or expand it like that. You've got a lot of different things with this sync system, a lot of different customization features too. Even zone lighting, I've showed you that in different vehicles and videos, but you can essentially illuminate all around the vehicle. So at night, camping, off-roading, you're stuck, whatever, you can illuminate all around you. And it's really awesome. We even have a 10-speaker B&O audio system with the subwoofer, and it sounds pretty great. Now, if we go into reverse, check this out. We've got a 360 camera, so you can see next to the vehicle there. You've got this one with the hitch line. It's got dynamic lines. You can even see close up on that hitch. Tap up here, you can see just behind you. Different view with that. It's just not quite as detailed as you'll get with some different types of vehicles. Moving down here, right there, we've got our volume knob, tuning knob, even a camera button, so you can access the camera just with that button too. Parking sensors, front and back. We also have the auto stop start, so you've got physical controls, even dual zone climate down here, heated steering wheel, heated seats, the fan speed, all the good stuff like that. Down from there, you've got a wireless charging mat down there. You've got more USB charging ports, so you've got a USB-A and a USB-C down here. There's no 12-volt power outlet down here. I'll show you where one is. Got your shifter, little Bronco emblem on here. The cup holders are good size. Your drive modes and 4-wheel drive controls are right here though. So you've got 4 automatic, low, high, 2 high, and your basically off-road cruise control right there. So if you're going up a hill, want to set your speed, just focus on steering, you can do that. Spin this to get to your drive mode. So if I turn that, we're normal, you can go to sport, show you all the different drive modes here. Go back the other way to get to your off-road modes, multiple off-road modes, and it will even shift you into 4-wheel drive. Window and mirror controls are right down here, and they are automatic one touch, which is nice. Center console is right here. It's pretty good size, or this, you know, this area is good size. You've got Raptor on here, a little storage bin that can be removed, and then there's actually a 12-volt power outlet inside of here. Glove box, we've got a locking glove box and it's soft opening. Overhead, aside from the auxiliary controls, we've got a little bit of ambient lighting that comes down, some ambient lighting in the cabin as well. An automatic dimming rear view mirror here. You still get garage controls on your visor, and you can move that over and slide it, so you've got some great coverage. Now when we go to look under the hood, this is one thing that differentiates it from the regular Bronco, but it's honestly the biggest disappointment, in my opinion, about this Bronco Raptor. It's the fact that it's a 3-liter V6. It is a twin turbo V6, and it does have a lot of horsepower and a lot of torque, but it just doesn't sound all that great with that exhaust, the smaller engine, you know, especially for a Raptor. But that's just what you get, and you still get a ton of power. So this 3-liter twin turbo V6 pushes out 418 horsepower, 440 pound-feet of torque, paired with Ford's 10-speed automatic transmission, and it can even tow 4,500 pounds. That's not bad considering the whole Raptor suspension setup, and knowing that the Raptor F-150 takes a big cut in its towing capabilities. Miles per gallon, 15 city, 16 highway, so you're not going to be want to driving this thing all over the country. Alright y'all, we're now behind the wheel of this Bronco Raptor. Now I've driven the regular Raptor, I've driven the regular Bronco, the Bronco Sport. I've also driven the F-150 Raptor and the Raptor R. So I've got a lot of time behind them, but this is my first go round with the Bronco Raptor. And I gotta tell you, one of my first impressions of this was just how small the engine sounds. Now don't get me wrong, I understand. I know the regular F-150 Raptor uses a 3.5 liter twin turbo. This is a 3 liter twin turbo, but it just doesn't sound right. Especially when you get on it a little bit. It's just me. You know, I mean, Wrangler's got what, a 6.4 liter in their Jeep now, so it's just that's my expectation. Aside from that, you feel like you're in like a lifted dune buggy. I mean, this thing, you've got some huge tires, you've got a tall ride height. It is so wide. I mean, it is just so much wider than what you would kind of expect when you get in here. Like, some Jeeps seem very narrow. Obviously you can get wide tires, wide tracks, but the regular Bronco too. So I mean, this feels so well planted, so wide, very tall, and it's pretty darn punchy. So one cool thing that I read was, you know, there's going to be some turbo lag. You've got a turbo here, but if you put it in Baja mode, apparently when you're off-roading, you can get rid of some of that turbo lag. So that's fantastic. Here's a little pedal down, partial pedal. This thing gets up and goes in a hurry. It's quick. It's still going to have a quick 0 to 60 time. It's got great power. It's got great torque as well. And one thing that's different with this one versus some of the other Broncos is some will come with a soft top. This one's got the hard top, and it's got a liner in here. So that's supposed to help a little bit with road noise. I can't compare it to the regular top because I haven't been in that, but something to keep in mind. Now, we've got different drive modes. The drive mode changing is a little bit annoying because it's slow and delayed, but let me put us in sport mode. We're in normal mode right now. Sport mode is going to keep those RPMs up. It's gonna keep you in lower gears. It raises your exhaust. It stiffens the steering and suspension as well. So I mean, it's not just the powertrain that's at play here. It is literally the steering stiffens up, the suspension becomes more firm, even some downshifts right there. Ooh. And if this R button right here, if you hit this a couple times, you've got your own customizable My Mode. So it's basically going to be in sport mode unless you adjust it, but you can individually adjust the steering. So you can have it in sport, normal. You can adjust that however you want. Now let me put us in, it's got a comfort mode as well. Let me put us in sport mode. The exhaust is in sport mode as well. There's even a Baja for the exhaust. Well, let's get pedal down. You get going. It's got some great pickup. You can definitely feel the height of this vehicle though. So I mean, city and street cornering obviously is not its strong point, but it's got a wide enough track you should feel comfortable cornering and taking some sharp turns going off-road Baja. Pedal down. So what do you think of the sound? What do you think of the power output here? It's definitely nice. Now, obviously, this is meant for going off-road. Unfortunately, I don't have anywhere legally I can go right now, anywhere close, but just know it is equipped. You've got a front sway bar that can disconnect. You've got a front axle locker, rear axle locker, so you can have both of those locked. You've got different drive modes. You've got good ride height, a good wide track as well. So this Ford really put a lot into this. I'm gonna put us back in normal mode here. It's a little slow with that. Then you go to off-road mode. So you still have a tow haul mode, sport mode, off-road modes, all of that. And when you go into just normal mode, I mean, things are pretty comfortable. You can make your exhaust quiet. It still actually is fairly loud. It doesn't make a big difference at all. Normal mode is still fairly loud. Sport mode just gives you a little more tone into that exhaust. And the other thing about driving this, you've got a lot more power, a lot more torque. You've got some big beefy brakes that do an excellent job grabbing on as well. I'm gonna give these paddles a quick little run here. We'll put us in M and we'll test out these paddles. So they were actually pretty quick. I got that up there to the red line and they shifted when I told them to shift. They didn't cut me out early like some cars do. So you can still have some fun with those. But I hope you enjoyed this test drive. This Bronco Raptor is a one-of-a-kind SUV. It's fun, it looks awesome, and it's got all kinds of things to help you go off-road. So to wrap things up on this Bronco Raptor, I think it's a really nice rendition of the Raptor for this Bronco, and I'm really glad that Ford did it too. It's got so many cool features, so many cool things about it that are unique to this Raptor. The regular Bronco was already very capable off-road. I showed you the Badlands before and everything that comes with that and some of their different trim levels, but this Raptor is on another level. There's really just probably one thing I would change, and that is to swap out this 3-liter engine for maybe even the 3.5 or a 5-liter Coyote V8. That's just me though. But otherwise, if you're looking for an SUV that is extremely capable off-road, can even tow a little bit, haul some people around, and have some amenities on the inside, this thing is a winner. Let me know what you think of this Bronco Raptor down below. I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a thumbs up if you liked it, and have a great day.